moving. Lifting those knees up just a bit.
Okay.
And let's warm up those arms a little bit. So as I'm walking in place, I'm going to do one circle, then the other side. I'll get my shoulders warmed up. Still moving my legs, so my body's staying nice and warm. And let's change and do the other direction. Still moving my legs. Let's move those arms across our body now. Still marching, getting those ankles warm, getting those knees warmed up. I'm going to keep moving my legs, but let's do our neck. We're going to look to the right and to the left. I was never a drill team. This looks like a drill team thing. And let's look up and down. All right. And we did our knees a little bit by marching, but let's just go ahead and do some circles. Get our hips, get our ankles, and you can bend those knees too. Make sure those knees are feeling nice and loose before we get started. And switch and go the other direction. Nice, all right. Okay, so we're going to continue doing some movement with the body without weights. And our first move is going to be our step backs. And as I step back, I'm going to push hard against my heel so my foot goes flat on the ground. And feel that stretch up the back of my leg. I'm going to push my arms up. If this is a lot on your shoulders, you can push out or you can push outwards this way. So I'm going to step back. I'm pushing up. You can push out however it feels comfortable. But the goal is to really step back, feel that stretch across your calf. And let's do 10 on each side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Pull it back. Let's do the other side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Pull it back. Nice. All right. So this move here is going to help loosen up that knee, but we'll also engage the hip and the thighs. I'm going to bring my foot up and just tap my heel or my ankle. And so my foot's moving up in front of my body. And so I'm going to lift that foot up, lift the other foot up. So I'm actually going to alternate from the right to the left. And so you can actually step from one foot to the other. I've got a little bit of a motion here. And we're going to do 20. That way we get 10 on each side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Keep going. 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, and back to center. Nice. All right, our next move, we're going to lift that knee up. As I lift that knee up, I'm going to pull my arms up and then come back down. Lift up and back down. Again, if it's too much lifting up, you can push out or you can push outwards this way as those knees come up. And we're going to do one side for a count of 10, and then we'll do the other side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Let's do the other side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and stop. Nice. Our last move in this set is our speed skating. This is where we step behind and switch and step behind. And we'll do 20 of these. And so really, again, push that heel down, feel that stretch across the calf. Let's do 20. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Come back to center. Nice. All right. That's your first set. Go ahead and take a breath. We're going to repeat that set. I'm going to add some variations. If you'd like to sip on some water, you can go ahead. It's nice to stay hydrated. Not too much, though. Don't want too much water in the stomach. But take a deep breath. Okay, so let's start that set again. Our first move was our step backs, and you had a couple options. You could push up as you step back, you could push forward, or you could push out to the sides. As we step back, we're going to push out. This time, as we bring our hands back, we're going to crunch in the center. And so we're really pulling those abs in. Knee is rising up before we step down. Push, crunch. And whether you're going forward or out, you can still pull that crunch in before you set your foot down. All right, so let's do 10 on each side. 1, crunch it up. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And let's do the other side. I think I'll show a different option. I'll push my arms out. 1, crunch it up. 2, crunch it up. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Crunch it in and release. Nice. All right. Our next move, we brought that foot up and tapped it. Same move, only now I'm going to bring that foot up and tap it from behind. So now I'm really engaging these hamstrings. I step back, tap that foot, tap that foot, tap that foot. Now I'm tapping behind. You should really feel these hamstrings engaged. We'll do 20 so that we get 10 on each side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, and down. Nice. Our next move, we pushed up and the knee came up. This time my hands are going to rest at my side. A little bit of balancing here. I'm going to lift my arms up like airplanes. As I do, one leg is going to lift out and bring it back down. One leg lifts out, bring it back down. Then we'll do one side and then we'll switch to the other. So go ahead and pick a side that feels comfortable and we'll do 10 on each side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Nice, let's switch and do the other side. So shift that weight to the other foot. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and down. Nice. All right, that one really challenges the hips and the upper thighs. Our last move was our speed skate, and we'll do 25. We're just going to up the count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 25 more. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and back to center. Nice. All right, go and take a breath. That's the last move in that set. We're going to move to a different set. Still just using the body, no weights yet. If you want to stay hydrated, you can take a sip of water. So our next set is going to be our squats. And I know for some of us that might be hard on our knees. And so we can modify these just a bit. And so as we're squatting down, you might see me squatting super low. If that's a little tough on the knees, your squat can be a little higher. The goal is to settle the weight down. So you still are pushing your energy through your feet into the earth, into the ground, and that's going to engage those thighs. You don't have to go super low to get that same engagement in the thighs. You could just visualize that energy going through your feet and go down to a position that feels comfortable. To keep your knees in alignment with the toes. So if my feet are on my knees, our first move is going to be a squat, the sumo squat. So I'm going to take that wide stance. Knees and toes are in the same alignment, and my hands are at my thighs. I'm going to squat down, arms are going to go up into airplanes, and I'm going to push back up, pushing through my heels up to a straight leg. And I'm going to do 10 of these. Again, if you're just going down this far, that's fine. Visualize those legs opening up, pushing through the heels. And let's do 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and bring your body back up. Nice. All right. My next move is going to be a step back into a lunge position. So I'm going to step back into a lunge. And as I do so, I raise my arms up in front of me. So again, if this is hard on the knee, most of my weight goes back on that back leg, and I'm pushing against the ball of my foot. So my knees aren't carrying much of that weight. My feet are. I can feel it on the balls of both my feet. And my thighs are carrying a lot of that. And let's step back on one side for a count of 10, and then the other side. 1, push against the balls of your feet. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And back. Let's do the other side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and bring the body back upright. Nice. All right. Our next move is going to be our chair lunge. And so I'm going to squat down as if I'm sitting in a chair. Again, shift that weight back. You don't have to have too much pressure on the knees. Shift your weight to your heels and shift it to the hips. So it almost feels like you're going to be sitting down. That's going to release some of that pressure on the knee, but strengthen the thighs. And that strength in the thighs is going to have to protect those knees. And so you have a couple options here. You can squat and just lift your hands in front or lift them out to the side, however it feels comfortable. And we'll do 10 square chair squats. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and push up. Nice. Nice. All right. Our next move is going to be our mountain climbers. So I'm going to go ahead and have you stand facing forward. Arms are up, cactus, goddess. And I'm going to go ahead and bring those knees up and back down. We'll do one side for a count of 10 and then the other. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Back down. Let's do the other side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and rest those arms. Take a breath. That's the last move in that set. We're going to repeat that set with some modifications. So go ahead and take a breath. All right, I think we're ready. Let's go back into our sumo stance. So I've got my legs nice and wide, I've got my sumo stance. In this move here, this is the move that we just squatted down. And again, each of us are moving down into that squat that feels comfortable for us. As we move down, I'm gonna lift my heels up and go up onto my tiptoes. This is really gonna push that energy out onto the balls of my feet, push back up. And so you have some options here. As you go down, you can bring those arms up as you go on your tiptoes. And as you stand up, bring those hands back down. You can raise them up out to the side and back down. You also have a couple options with your tiptoes. As I go up, I can go down, go up onto my tiptoes. I can push those heels down before I stand up. Or as I go down on my tiptoes, I can push my body up on my tiptoes and then go down. So go ahead and try it out, see what feels good for you. Each one's a different challenge to the calf and the thighs. I'm going to go ahead and do 10 of these. 1, go down, up on those tiptoes, and back up. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, Last one here, 10. And I've been staying on my tiptoes just because I wanted to challenge my calves. I don't often get out and work my calves, and I really wanted to work my calves today. Whew, nice, all right. Go ahead and bring those legs back in. All right, our next move is going to be our chair. And well, I'm gonna skip the lunge because I know it's hard on the knees, and I think doing it once is enough in a session. But we're gonna go into our chair move now. And this is when we set back into that chair. And that same move, we're gonna step back. And once we get into that chair, we're going to lift one leg up, bring it back, and come back up. So we sit in our chair, do a leg lift, back down and up. So we're challenging that balancing leg, building that strength. And so we'll go ahead and do 10 on each side. Let's do 1, sit down, lift that foot out, bring it back, push up. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, last one, you've got this, 10. And back up. Woo, wow, that really challenged that balancing foot. Let's do the other side. 1, sit down in the chair, lift that leg out, bring it back, stand up. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Last one, hold that foot out. Whew. And pull it back in. Oh, nice. Whew. That really worked our sides. Awesome job. Our last move was our mountain climbers. We'll do the same move, only now if you're able to raise those arms up higher. And so that I get more of a crunch on my side, my lateral muscles here. And we'll do 10 on each side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Let's do the other side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. All the way up and release. All right, nice. That's the last move in that set. Go ahead and take a breath. Our next set is going to include weights, so you want to bring your weights nearby. So I'll give you just a couple seconds to catch your breath. Oh, all right, my friends, let's go ahead and find our weights. I'm going to put one weight in each hand. My weights are not very heavy. I have 3s. You can find weights that are comfortable for you today. You can do heavier. You don't even have to use weights. These exercises are perfect without weights too. Okay, so our first move is going to be working these triceps here. And so I'm going to push my arms back. And so they're almost in a bicep curl. and I'm just gonna push them back behind me. My arms are straight. As I do so, I keep them close to my body. I don't let them go out wide. They're close to my body. That's gonna engage those triceps and my shoulder blades. As I push back, keep those muscles nice and tight. Keep the shoulder blades nice and tight. And let's do 10. I'm gonna go ahead and move forward just to soften my back, soften my knees. And let's push back for 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and pull it back forward. Nice. I still have one weight in each hand. I'm going to do my reverse goddess, reverse cactus. And so my palms are facing behind me. My back of my hands are facing towards you. My elbows are up, and I'm just going to open those arms up and bring it back down. Open up, bring it back down. This is hard on the shoulders. This is actually building these muscles. If this is too much for you, you can keep your weights down low and just pull up, focusing on these triceps here. And so you can just pull up here if this is too much for you. Or you could do it without weights. And let's do 10 of these. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And let's go ahead and bring those weights up. Now we're going to do our fly. And this is pulling those weights together, opening them back up. And we'll do this for a count of 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. All the way back out and drop those hands down. Whew. All right, my palms are facing you. Hands are just resting down at the side of my body, close to my legs. I'm going to do my bicep curls here. And so I'm just going to curl those weights up, touch my shoulders, and back down. And we'll do 10 of these. My stance is nice and soft. You can bend your knees if it feels comfortable. And let's do 10 bicep curls. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and back down. Nice. All right. We're going to widen that stance just a bit here. Our next move is going to be our reverse fly. And so my stance is a little bit wider. I'm going to let my body hang forward. Palms are facing back towards me. And I'm going to pull those weights up and push them back down. Pull up, push down. And we'll do 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Push it back down. Go ahead and set those weights down. Take a short breath. That's the last move in that set. Go ahead and shake out any tightness. Loosen up those muscles in the shoulders, across the neck and the arms. If you need to sip some water, now's a nice time to do that. Keep those weights nearby. We're going to do that set one more time. I'm going to add some variations. Go ahead and find your weights. I've got one weight in each hand. Our first move was that tricep push back. We pushed back. I'm going to do that same move, only now I'm going to push a foot back and bring that weight back. So as my arm goes back, I have a foot going back too. And then I bring my body back. And so I'll do 10 on one side and then 10 on the other side. And you can choose which side feels comfortable for you. And let's push back for 10. 1, bring it back. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Bring it all the way back. Let's do the other side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and bring it back. Nice, all right. Our next move, we went into our scarecrow move here. And we just lifted those arms up and dropped them back down. Very similar move now, only we're gonna lift them up and bring them back in front of us and drop them down. And lift them up and bring them back in front. We just got a little extra motion there. And we'll do 10 of these. And let's pull up into scarecrow, open those arms up, close them in front of you. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, last one, 10. Open up those arms, pull them together, all the way back down. Nice. Okay, shake out any tension. That was tough on the shoulders. Go ahead and loosen up that neck, loosen up those arms. Our next move, we did our fly, and that was when the arms were up, and we pull them together. I'm gonna open back up and pull it together. As you do this move, make sure that you're not letting that back arch pushing in. Make sure that back is nice and firm, tucking the tailbone, keeping the ab nice and tight. We're gonna do that move just as it is. Go ahead and pull them up and palms facing me, and let's do 10 in and out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Open up. Let's leave them open. Let's do our tilts. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. All the way up and release those arms. Woo, nice. Okay, our next move was our reverse fly. So I'm taking a little bit wider stance here. Again, protecting my knees. They're pointing in the same direction as my feet. And this move here, we pulled those arms up and we pushed down. This time I'm going to keep my weights together and I'm going to pull my arms up over my head and I'm going to hammer back down. So I'm using my biceps coming up and using my triceps coming down. The whole time my abs are nice and tight, tucking that tailbone. And let's do 10 of these. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, nice and tall, hammer down. All right, let's go ahead and set these weights down, set them out to the side so that you don't bump them. That's the last move in that set. Our next set, we're moving to the ground. So I'm gonna actually move the camera down and I'm gonna pull a towel over just to soften my knees. But go ahead and take a break. Go ahead and catch your breath, get a sip of water as I move the camera down. I'm gonna pull my towel a little closer so I can grab it when I need it. I see you guys on the ground, everybody's ready. I'll still give you just a couple seconds to catch your breath. So our first move, we're going to start in a plank position. And a plank position is when our hands are on the ground and our feet are on the ground, the body's up, body's nice and straight. If this is difficult for you, you can set those knees down. Go ahead and set those knees down. I'm going to be in this position. I'm going to move my hands in and out. You can move just as if you were on your feet, but moving the knees as if they're your feet. So however it feels comfortable for you. A plank is very difficult on the lower back. It's hard to hold those abs in. So if we're not there yet, that's okay. Just go ahead and move to your knees. And that's why we have a towel if you want to rest your knees on a towel. I'm going to start in a plank position. And I'm going to go ahead and let's pull up that position right now. Palms are nice and wide, spreading that energy through all my hands. So my wrist isn't taking all that weight. I'm actually spreading it out through my fingers, through my palms, through my knuckles. Push up onto the balls of your feet. Body's nice and straight here. I'm in this position. I'm going to imagine that I'm stepping out. So I'm going to step out with my left hand, step out with my right hand, step out with my left foot, step out with my right foot. Bring that hand back, back, in. And let's just do this 4 times on your own. Open one hand, then the other. Open one foot, then the other. Bring that hand in, foot in, foot in. Out, 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 out. In, out, out, in. And last time here, hands out, foot out, hands in, foot in, and go ahead and bring those knees down. And go ahead and let's just take a little child's pose. That's hard on the back. That's a great exercise to strengthen the core. And we're going to go back up. Let's go down onto our bellies now. I'm going to lay down on my belly. Hands out in front, legs out in front. Whew. And in this position, let's lift those feet up. Just my feet. Hands are still down. I'm pulling my glutes in, pulling my hamstrings so that my feet are lifting up off the ground and lowering those feet back down. Now I'm going to lift my head and my arms up off the ground and lowering those hands and head back down. Let's go back into our feet. Lift those feet up off the ground. Lower them back. Raise those arms up. And lower back down. Nice. All right, this time we're going to do both together. We're going to lift our feet and our hands together. This is called Superman. And let's go ahead and lift them all up off the ground. Body's nice and tight, pulling those abs in, pulling those glutes in. And lower back down. Nice. So our next move is a swimmer's move. I know Chris is a swimmer, and so don't judge my swimming strokes. I'm just gonna move my hands as if I'm swimming. If it feels comfortable, move your feet as if you're swimming, and go ahead and move those arms and those legs together, or just the hands, or just the feet, however it feels comfortable for you today. Really engaging that core, moving those hands, moving those feet. One more breath, moving hands, moving feet. And go ahead and rest that body. Nice, good job. Whew. We're gonna go up onto all fours now. So I'm gonna use my hands to push my body up onto my knees. I'm gonna stay on my knees for just a bit. So I'm gonna pull my towel over. I've got it rolled up so it's nice and cushy. I'm gonna set my knees on my towel, just to soften that just a bit. And my palms are down flat on the ground. In this move, both of my feet are curled, so my toes are on the ground. I'm gonna push one leg out and bring it back. Push it out, bring it back. And let's do 10. We'll do 10 with each leg. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Let's switch legs. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Bring it back. Now we're going to do a leg lift. So I'm going to put one leg back straight. I'm going to lift it up and back down. And I'm going to do 10 leg lifts. So my leg is stretched out and I'm just going to lift it up towards the ceiling for a count of 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Go ahead and pull that knee in. Let's extend the opposite leg and we'll do 10 leg lifts. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and bring that knee back in. All right. And so now I'm going to bring that knee up, touch my elbow, and bring it back. So we were bringing the leg back behind us. Now I'm going to bring the leg forward just to touch as far as up as I can and bring it back. So it feels like a nice crunch on these abs right here. And we'll do 10 on each leg. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Let's switch to the other side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and back. And go ahead and find a seat. Go ahead and take a short breath. We're going to do that set again, and I'm going to change it up just a bit. But go ahead and take a breath. If you can reach your water, you can go ahead and stay hydrated. Whew. You know, they say heat rises, but I actually feel warmer on the ground here. All right, so we're going to find ourselves back up. I'm going to do almost all four. It's kind of like a side pose. So one hand is on the ground, one leg is on the ground. And so if my left hand is on the ground, my left leg is on the ground. And I'm going to take that right leg and extend it out. So it's kind of like a triangle. Whereas before our body was all four down, I'm just going to tilt and face the camera here. And so now I'm going to do my leg lifts with my body on the sideways position. And so you can change your hand grip however it feels comfortable for you. You can even go up if it gets to be too much. This is a really challenging move. Oops, to raise that foot up without the hand. However it feels comfortable on that wrist. But let's do 10 leg lifts. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and rest. Nice. Our next move is going to be a mountain climber. We've done these mountain climbers standing. Now we're going to do it from a prone position on the ground. I'm going to have my elbow up, and I'm going to bring that knee up and tap it, and bring it back down. Tap it, bring it back down. Let's do 10 of these. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, all the way up. All right. Our last move in this position, go ahead and shake that wrist out if you need to. Our last move is we're going to take that extended leg, bring it forward, and bring it back. So I'm making like a big arch. I'm tapping it forward and tapping it back. And we'll do 10 of these. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, all the way back. And go ahead and come back to sitting. Woo, that was tough. Oh, that was tough on that hip. Okay, take a short breath here. We're going to flip to the other side. We're going to do those same moves, but on the opposite side. We'll go ahead and take a breath. Sometimes these moves look so simple, but they can be challenging. Go ahead and shake your wrists out. Okay, go ahead and find that position. So now I've got my opposite foot on the ground, and that opposite leg is extended out. My other hand is down. In this first set, we're just going to do our leg lifts. And let's lift that leg for a count of 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Nice. Okay. Our next move is our mountain climbers. So that arm comes up into our bent scarecrow position, and let's pull that knee up for 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Nice stretch here in between. 7, 8, 9, 10. Let's really stretch it out and pull it back. Our next move, that leg was extended, and we tapped forward, and we tapped back. We need to scoot up just a bit. And let's do those circles. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, last one, 10. Tap, bring it all the way back. All right, go ahead and take a breath. That's the last move in that set. Whew. Go ahead and find yourself facing the camera, still sitting down. I was going to do one more set. I didn't realize what time it was. Whew, my legs are pumped. That was tough. I can really feel my thighs all pumped up. That was a lot of weight on those legs. My legs are extended out. I've got a little bit of an opening here. Let's go ahead and stretch these legs out. I'm gonna raise my arms up nice and high. And let's extend towards one leg. Keep those toes flexed, point both toes, even the one that's not facing you. Make sure it's flexed, pointing up towards the ceiling. Breathe into that stretch, really feel those muscles relaxing. And let's bring those arms up. Let's do the opposite side. Leaning forward. Don't let the back round. Hinge forward at the hips. Arms are extended. And this may be just extending to your thighs, your knees, however it feels comfortable for your body. Watch that other foot, make sure it's still pointing up. Sometimes it might get sneaky and try to lie down. And bring that body up. Legs are still wide as it feels comfortable for you. Feet pointed up, let's go down the center. Again, don't let that back round, hinge at the hips. Back is nice and flat. That may be different for each of us. If you're having to stay up in order to keep the back flat, that's okay. Focus on these feet pointing up towards the ceiling. Hinge at the hip. And bring that body up. Let's pull those legs in. Legs are both out, toes pointed back at me. Back is nice and straight. Arms come up and let's hinge forward. You should feel this stretch across the back of your leg. If you're feeling it in your back, that means that you're hunching over. Keep the back upright. This should be maybe a little in the lower back, but mostly in the legs, in the back of the hamstrings and the calves. And bring that body up, nice. Let's go ahead and cross one leg over. And give yourself a hug. And in this position, we'll do a nice little spinal twist. And so you can twist either direction because we're gonna do both. But I'm gonna go ahead and hang on to my leg to help keep my spine nice and straight. I'm gonna look behind me. And come back forward, let's look the other direction. And come back forward, nice. Go ahead and uncross that leg, but keep it bent. Arms are up, and let's lean forward. Feel a nice stretch on top, inside the hip. So we do a hip opener here, you might feel a little bit on the top of that thigh. Should not be feeling it in your back. That means you're hunching over. Keep that back nice and straight. Go ahead and push that body up. Let's straighten that leg. Let's do the other side. So I cross that leg over. First thing we do is give ourselves a hug. As we're hugging, we should be opening up this hip. This is kind of like that figure 4. So as I pull my knee a little bit closer, I feel a nice stretch up in my high hamstrings, in my hip, my glutes. And go ahead and release. Now let's do our spinal twist, and you can twist either direction. We're going to do both. Go ahead and look behind you. And come back forward. Let's do the other direction. And come back forward. Nice. We're going to uncross that leg, but we're going to leave it bent. So one leg is straight, the other leg is bent, arms up, nice and tall. Lift that rib cage up off of the hips as we hinge forward. Toes pointed towards you. Again, you shouldn't feel this in the back. That means you're bending the back. Keep the back nice and straight. You should feel it in your calf, your hamstring. Probably a little bit in the hip and the knee that's bent. And go ahead and bring that body up. Go ahead and bend that knee so that your foot is flat on the ground. I'm going to bring that other foot up so it's matching. So both my knees are bent. Feet are flat on the ground. I'm going to take my hands, and my thumbs are pointing out towards you. So my thumbs are out. Other hand comes behind me, thumbs are pointing out, palms are down. And from this position, I'm gonna actually pull my elbows together, opening up my chest and let my head fall back. And go ahead, bring those arms up, give yourself a hug. And now I'm actually gonna feel it in my back. So now I'm curling my back, curling my neck down. So now I'm gonna feel a nice stretch all the way down my spine. Let's open up again, place those palms behind you, thumbs are pointed out. Pull those shoulder blades, pull those elbows together, open up the chest, let the head fall back. Bring those arms forward, give yourself a hug, feel that stretch all the way down your spine. And go ahead and release, nice. One more stretch. We did do a lot of work with our hands on the ground, and that puts a lot of pressure on the wrist. So let's go ahead and shake those wrists out. Just shake those hands, release any tension that might be in the wrist. Go ahead and put your palm towards me. The opposite hand comes. Let's stretch that forearm out. And we'll switch and do the other side. And one last move, if you make a fist, I'm gonna come a little closer so you can see that. When I make a fist, I have a little muscle that pops up right on this forearm right here. There's actually a pressure point there. And this pressure point helps release any tension in the wrist. And so if you make a fist, you see this muscle kind of pop up. Some of it, I don't have a real big muscle, but I can see it right here. If I massage, sorry. If I massage right on top of that muscle, I just take my thumb and just kind of massage it. Mine feels sore. That's a pressure point that I use in my martial arts class. But when I massage it, I feel a little soreness. This is actually going to help loosen up the tension and the tightness in my fingers and in my wrist. You can kind of feel around till you notice it. It doesn't hurt here, but there's this one spot that feels kind of soft. And go ahead and do the other side. Just go ahead and feel, do you feel that soft point or that painful point, and just kind of massage it. If it hurts, don't push too hard. Just give it a nice massage. That's going to help loosen up the wrist and the fingers. This is a good massage if you use your computer a lot. If you have concerns with carpal tunnel, this helps release that tension in the wrist and that tightness. I can feel it all the way across this strip of muscle all the way on my arm. All right. Okay, guys. Let me see if I can unmute you.
I'm just going to stay down here.
It was great to see everybody.
I'm just going to stay down here.
Oh, you're gonna what?
I said, I'm just going to stay down here.
See you Monday.
Oh,
Yeah, but you know, pretty soon the dog or the cat's gonna make a home on you.
Yeah, well, they were here at the beginning, and then he moved to his bed, and the other ones are like under the bed here somewhere. Yep, I see a couple under the bed.